a huge problem nowadays is that Gen Z has probably the most distractions out of every other generation because the thing is we have so much technological advancement and we have so many different viewpoints, so many different ways to live your life, and it's really hard to decide what path to take as a person. Because I think most people all want the same thing. Most people all want to be happy. I think a broad, spectrum of the population would probably like a family, but a lot of people, let's face it, cannot afford it. And you have to sacrifice pretty much everything if you want to afford it. And the problem with scrolling TikTok, scrolling YouTube Shorts, whatever your scroll thing is, scrolling is basically everywhere. So Gen Z is basically always distracted. And I don't know where this thing pans out. I don't know where this thing ends. I don't know if it ever comes to a breaking point when eventually maybe our brains fall off or something, because as we get further down this line, as we scroll, there's so much scientific proof that scrolling and doing things, scrolling numbs your brain basically. And it pretty much numbs your dopamine receptors so that you are incoherent and cannot fully express or feel emotion. You're basically numbed down. So any accomplishment, any huge thing that you see or feel or do is basically going to be numbed because our brains are in a constant state of reward or a constant state of good feeling. It's the most brain numbing thing to ever exist. And a lot of people, all of us, if we don't stop or find a way to get away, if we don't plan an early exit, if we don't start deleting things, it's going to be a cycle that just keeps on continuing down the line. And it is cooked when you come in the living room and your parents used to, be watching a movie, be used to, watching a show or a series, and they're just scrolling. I don't even know what to say to that, because that's pretty awful. If our parents, the people that grew up without phones and all this stuff, are already hyper addicted to our phones or what scrolling or short-term reward devices or things, what does that say for our generation in the long term? Where does this go? What is the end result of all this mind numbing and stuff? Does it lead to Gen Z eventually not using their brain? Does it eventually lead to a movie like Idiocracy? If you haven't seen Idiocracy, I would suggest you watch it, because it probably is where a lot of American society is going, or not American society, but world society. Complete brain numbing or retardation, you could say. And we're just going to have to find a way to get rid of it. But the thing is, you can't fully get rid of your phone because you need your phone for everything. You need your phone for your job. You need it to stay up to date with your family. You need it to build success if you want to. And I don't know a way out of this system that makes sense. And it's something that we are going to have to find a way out of eventually. So I don't really know where I was going with this. I just kind of wanted to go over what's happening right now because you can see it in real time. And it's kind of concerning for the future. And how is it going to be for our kids when there's devices everywhere? Are we going to do the complete opposite and maybe see what it has done to us and then do different for, future generations and whatnot? It's going to be really interesting to see how the future pans out with all this new technology. And yeah, it's going to be really interesting. That's pretty much it. Going to wish you all a good day. Going to ask you to like this video because I'm trying to start up this new channel, make it some commentary about maybe slightly smart stuff and nothing fully brain numbing, because that's technically, or it's a lot of the stuff you see on the internet nowadays. So, yeah, have a great day. Peace be with you.